Alright, so welcome back to my channel, you guys. This video is so funny to me because I know in my recommendations I told you guys I'm not gonna buy anything this year. I'm just gonna buy like 2 or 3 items, and I just went in. It's like I blacked out. I don't know what happened, but I got a lot of products, and it's kind of funny because with Sephora and Ulta, you think you're just buying 3 items, then you look at the total and you're like, how did I spend $200 on makeup? But it happens to me, you guys, all the time. So I have a bunch of stuff here. I have 2 bags and then an Ulta bag, of course. So yeah, with that being said, guys, once again, let's see what I bought in the Sephora VIB sale and the Ulta 20% off, and go ahead and keep on watching. Okay, so I think I'm gonna start with the Ulta bag, and I did get 2 items in here. The first one is the Urban Decay All Night Makeup Setting Spray, and I always get 2 because it's like my favorite makeup setting spray, you guys. Like, it controls my oils, it sets my face, and I always notice a difference when I don't use it, because I was using a different setting spray for a while because I didn't have this because this was so expensive. Like, it's like $34 a bottle, so I kind of waited a little bit. But with this, y'all, like, it just sets my skin perfectly. It controls my oils. I like it because I look matte, but at the same time it still gives a little bit of, you know, something to the skin. And the next thing I did go ahead and pick up is an Eco Tools powder brush. Now, I know people don't really talk about this, like, it's not anything crazy that you hear about all the time, but the way it's shaped and how soft it is, you guys, like, I am really impressed because this was $8.99 and it's so soft and it just sets my face really nicely. So when I saw this, I just knew I had to go ahead and grab it because it's like the perfect shape, you guys. Like, literally it sets everything really nicely, really soft, and it doesn't shed at all. So I only picked up these 3 items right here. I didn't really pick up a lot when it came to Ulta just because there wasn't a lot on the website that I wanted, but when it comes to Sephora, you guys, like, I went in. Okay. Alright, so this next item I actually didn't get from Sephora because they were doing a better deal on their actual website. This is sold at Sephora, but at the same time I didn't get it from there because, like I told you guys, I feel like it was a better deal on their website, and it's a Lilly Lashes Miami Lashes. So I've always wanted to get this. I actually bought this, I want to say 3 years ago, you guys, but I literally wore it once, put it on a table, and I came back and I couldn't find it, and I spent $30 plus shipping on it. So I was so mad. I never bought it again. I was just pissed off, you guys. So when they were doing a sale on their website, I went ahead and grabbed this, and they were doing free shipping, which actually turned out to be a lot more cheaper than if I bought it on Sephora. And I'm sure you guys have seen this before, but it's a very nice wispy lash when it comes to my eyes. I love a very wispy lash. I feel like it complements my eye shape and everything like that. So this you can get at Sephora.com, and they have so many different styles on there too. So I will shop on Sephora from now on, but just wanted to go ahead and mention this because I did pick this one up. And oh, one thing I do want to mention, on Lilly Lashes, they have this lash rack. Now, I know it looks like, you know, a basic, like, you're like, what is this, Chi-Chi, basically? So basically what this is you go ahead and put your lashes on here while it's drying, and this is perfect because it is sitting up in these little trays right here. It's sitting up. It's not sticking to your table. It's not sticking to your brushes or anything like that. It's sitting up. It is drying perfectly, and I noticed that when I put my lashes on now, I'm not struggling because it dried perfectly all the way around. So this was only $5 on their website. I love this stuff. Like, I don't know why nobody told me about this because this is so good. But yeah, if you're looking for a good lash tray that can hold your lashes and let it dry perfectly, then I highly recommend this right here. Okay, so moving on to the good stuff, y'all. Like, I picked up about, I want to say 6 items from Sephora itself, and y'all, the total on this receipt, I'm so mad at myself because I was not expecting to buy all this stuff, and all the stuff I did buy, you guys, were so expensive and high end. Like, I don't know. Okay, so the first one I do want to talk about is the Too Faced Born This Way Super Coverage Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer, and I got it in the shade Chestnut. Now, this is not my first time using this. I used it about a year, I want to say ago, a year or 2 ago, and I got the shade Mahogany, and that was too dark for me. So once I returned it, I didn't pick up a different shade. I just felt like there was no shade for me, but everybody in the comment section was like, Chi-Chi, go ahead and get Chestnut. That would be perfect for your skin. So I went ahead and grabbed this, and I do have it on my skin today, and y'all, I have been missing out when it came to this concealer. It is just like the perfect texture. It blends really well. It makes your under eyes look so smooth and flawless, and I don't know, I really love this concealer. I don't know why I didn't pick it up sooner, but this is what it looks like. I love the size, and it comes with about, how many ounces in here? It comes with about 15 milliliters, so 0.50 fluid ounces, which is a lot of products. So I'm sure I'm not gonna ever get rid of this. And this is what the doe foot looks like. So I think it's the perfect size. I love how big it is. I love the way it applies, the way it blends. Like, I'm low-key mad at myself because I should have picked this up earlier. And I heard on their actual website, with Too Faced website, they're doing 40% off. So I don't know if it's over, but if you're looking to pick this up, go to their website. All right, so moving on to Miss Huda Beauty, I did go ahead and pick up the Topaz Obsessions palettes, and this palette is actually pretty funny to me because I wasn't planning on buying it at all. I actually saw the Natasha Denona palette, which I wanted to pick up so bad, the Sunset palettes, and it's like $130, $129, just so much money. So something told me to go ahead and around the store and see there's something a little bit cheaper, and when I saw this, you guys, I felt like it was a smaller version of that palette, and let me show you the inside of it. So this is what it looks like, and it has like all the shades that I wanted in the other palette, but it's definitely a whole lot cheaper, and it has all the bronzy shades in there, some orange, some red, some browns. Like, it's just a really pretty palette. But let me give y'all a quick swatch of this palette. And I do want to mention this palette is so creamy and nice, and I just love how travel friendly it is because it's just so small and compact, and I can take it anywhere else. But these are the swatches, you guys, and this is what it looks like on the back of my hand. I love how pigmented it is, how creamy it is. I just feel like it's like the perfect everyday palette. So I'm glad I picked this up. It was about $28, so with a discount I probably paid like $25, which I feel like it's a good price for this. So these next items, you guys, these are like the luxury items. These are the items that I was just like, girl, like, you think you have money like this? Like, what are you doing? But I still went ahead and picked it up because the sales associates in there, they were so convincing. They made me just like completely listen to them and buy it. So yeah, I actually did try these out, and I'll let you guys know what I think about them. So the first one is the Hourglass, what is it called? Translucent Setting Powder, the Veil powder, and y'all already know this is so expensive. You only get about 0.36 ounces of product in here, which is not a lot, but at the same time you don't need a lot with this powder. But yeah, it's a very luxury item. I've always heard good things about it, but I never tried it out for some reason. I don't know why, but the lady was telling me that when it comes to setting your face, this powder is perfect, and I completely agree with her because once you set your face, everything looks so blurred out and nice, and it doesn't add any extra color to the skin. It's actually a very translucent powder. It doesn't leave like that white cast on the skin at all. It's just a perfect powder. So this is what it looks like on the inside, and the powder is very finely milled. Like, it is not thick at all because once you blend it out, it blends into the skin really nicely. And I heard you could bake with this powder, you can set your face with this powder, you can do anything you want with this powder, and it doesn't matter how dark you are, how light you are, this powder works for everybody. So even though it's pretty pricey, I will say it does work on the face. And it's really funny because when it came to powders, I used to use powders that had like a skin tone like tint to it, like a brown powder or anything like that, and I noticed my foundation color will always alter and change, and I didn't like that at all. But with this, it just sets your face. It doesn't add any color. It's just a very nice powder, and I could keep going on and on, but honestly, this lived up to the hype. I wish I tried it sooner because it's really that good. I hate the price, but at the same time, if it does work, it works. Alright, so these last two products are from YSL, and I got their blur-in primer and also their foundation. I do want to talk about the blur-in primer first because this is a matte primer, you guys, and when it comes to a matte primer, this actually works on the skin because wherever you put it, you guys, you're not going to get as oily. I probably do get oily about like after 9 hours, probably even 10 hours, I start to get a little bit oily. But throughout the day, my skin looks flawless. Like, there's no oil coming out at all. And the reason is because this texture, I don't know what is in here, but it's a perfect, how do I describe this? It's a perfect texture when it comes to blurring the skin and like mattifying the skin. I hope I'm making sense, but let me show y'all what it looks like because it's kind of hard to explain. But this is what it looks like. It has like that nice beige color to it, but once you blend it out, it doesn't look like anything on your skin, and you blend it out, of course. But as you blend it out, you can kind of feel your skin becoming more matte, and I just know no oil is going to peek through at all with this. So you blend it out and it just has like this nice texture to it, and I really like how it doesn't leave like that white cast on the skin at all, and it doesn't peel at all, you guys. That's the one thing when it comes to matte primers. I hate when they peel and like ball up on the skin. This doesn't do that at all. So this is what it looks like on the skin. Of course, on camera you can't really tell the difference, but trust me, once you feel it, you can feel a difference. And before I do forget, it does have that fragrance scent to it when it comes to YSL. To some people it's very strong, but to me it doesn't bother me at all, but I do want to mention that. Alright, so the last thing I did pick up is the YSL All Hours foundation, and it does have SPF 20 in it, and I do want to mention it only has 0.84 fluorine ounces. It doesn't have one at all, and this is so expensive. I think it was about $54. So with that price, it should have 1 fluorine ounces, but I don't know what happened. And I know what you guys are probably thinking. This is the foundation that when they first launched, they only had one dark shade, and I feel like that's why a lot of people didn't try it out, because they had all these shades of beige but one dark shade. I don't know what they were thinking, but at the same time, when I was looking on Sephora, you guys, I was looking for a very nice matte foundation, and a lot of people were talking about this and saying that it controlled their oils. And if you guys do know Casey Holmes on YouTube, she actually tried this foundation out, and when I tell you guys, at the end of the day, her skin looks so flawless, and she's very, very oily like me. So I just knew I had to go ahead and try this out. And when I went in the store, they did have about, I want to say 4 to 5 darker shades. So they did add some, but at the same time, it still needs a little bit of work. But with that being said, let me show you guys what the foundation looks like. When you open it up, of course, y'all, like, it has that luxury feel to it. It feels expensive. It feels heavy. I love everything about this, you guys. It's just a very nice packaging. But the actual foundation itself, I do have it on my skin today. I do have the shade Chocolate, B80 Chocolate. This shade is a little bit red on my skin. I know y'all can't tell right now because I already highlighted and baked and all that good stuff, but it is a little bit red, but at the same time it does work for my skin. The shade below it was a little bit too light, and the shade above it was a little bit just too dark for my skin, so this is the only shade I can use. I feel like they can add a little bit more when it comes to their range, so hopefully they do that in the future. But in terms of controlling my oils, y'all, this is bomb. This is really, really good. I'm not even gonna front at all. It controls my oils so well, you guys. I wore this yesterday, I want to say at 8 o'clock in the morning, and by 9 o'clock at night, I looked a little bit dewy in my T-zone, but that was about it, you guys. The foundation didn't break apart. It didn't separate. It didn't do like that crazy stuff that my foundation typically does, and I was just like, wow, like, this is a good product. The only thing I don't like is the shade. Like, I'm not in love with the shade, but as far as how it wears on the skin, you guys, it is absolutely beautiful. So the only thing I don't like is the shade, but at the same time, the formula, you guys, is really, really good. Another foundation I do want to try is a Bobbi Brown foundation. Let me know down below if I should go ahead and pick that up, and if it controls oils really nicely, because I do want to pick that up. But this foundation, you guys, it is really good. The primer is also really good. They're expensive, but at the same time, they are worth it. Alright, so those were all the products I picked up. This video went by really, really quickly, but I did go ahead and pick up a lot more than I thought. But let me know down below what you guys think about this video. Let me know what you picked up, because I'm always interested to see what you guys buy out there. So with that being said, don't forget to like, subscribe on your way out. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next one.